Welcome back to SHIB Planet, everyone. This is Ace. Today I'm going to be talking about the impact of staking on the price of Shiba Inu ecosystem tokens. And if you're curious, I'm specifically going to offer two explanations as to why the price behaves as it does, particularly during big events such as the Shiba Inu liquidity event. Okay, and of course, as usual, I'm going to offer my explanation with publicly available information and historical market data. And as always, guys, your time is precious. So I suggest you watch my videos on at least 1.5 or more speed so that you can consume my content faster. Before we begin, today's video follows on perfectly from my previous video entitled exactly how staking will skyrocket the price of Shiba Inu. If you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend it, because there I delve very deeply into what staking or bearing is, and I make a comparison between burning and staking, complete with fancy diagrams and real market data. And on that point, I'd like to thank everyone for your comments. That actually ended up being my most watched video so far. I really appreciate your encouragement, and even more so, I value and respect it when you guys correct me and check my accuracy. Okay, let's go back to the calc. That said, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. These videos are for information and entertainment purposes only. Cryptocurrencies are highly speculative and volatile. Always do your own due diligence and research. Okay, many of you are wondering, why are Shiba Inu ecosystem token prices falling, even though the much anticipated Shiba swap has launched? That's a good question, and I'll offer you two explanations. I'll just go here. Basically, the recent unexpected drop in prices can be attributed firstly to institutional investors and secondly to centralized exchanges. The first answer is because of large sell-offs by institutional investors, at least in the case of the most recent price drop. These are basically large corporations who own large amount of digital assets, and they tend to sell at the top of the market and then buy back when it reaches the bottom. And because of the large volumes, this has a material impact on the prices of all cryptos. I'll quickly show you that. If we just jump to the Shiba Inu price chart and have a look at this. Look on the 8th of July. If you look at exactly 5 a.m., that's when the prices started dropping. And what I'm going to explain is the two events. This is the sharp drop on July 8th, and then the gradual drop since the Shiba Swap launch event. So if you see around about 5 a.m., it started dropping. And if I shift to Bitcoin, it's also on a 7-day chart. I'm just going to jump here. July 8th, 5 a.m., you see it's also stopped dropping. Now I'll have a look at another large coin, which is Ethereum. We'll have a look. We'll go July 8th, 5 a.m., same drop. And that's a result of institutional investors dumping at the top so that they can ultimately buy at the bottom. So you can see that at that time, this was happening to several major tokens at the same time. Okay, let's head back here. So the answer, which is more related to Shiba Swap, is quite simple, and it's to be expected with the kind of volumes of tokens which are held within the community. Well, recently, in a live interview on Chad Redding's YouTube channel, one of the Shiba Inu admins answered the question as to why the price was dropping. And I'm going to delve quite deeply into the explanation so that you can understand that it's actually quite normal. His answer actually matched the theory which I had been postulating. Let's have a look. So basically, the simple answer is centralized exchanges. First of all, just for clarity, let's define centralized exchanges. Okay, what is a centralized exchange? A centralized exchanges, they are platforms which facilitate the buying and selling of cryptocurrency, either for fiat currencies like the US dollar or between digital assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. They function as trusted intermediaries in trades and often act as custodians by storing and protecting your funds. All right, so we just head back to over here. So you see, you're already familiar with them because that's where most people buy their cryptocurrencies, especially when you're new to crypto. So here's some examples which you probably know already. There's crypto.com, Binance, Coinbase. Let me just move this here. Coinbase. There's also Indodex, and basically any formal place where you can buy cryptocurrencies. Other examples include eToro, which you've probably heard of, and Robinhood. Okay, yeah, which we're expecting to list Shiba Inu hopefully at some point this year. Now check this out. Not many people know that when you buy crypto on exchanges, you don't actually own your tokens. Even though you buy them, the exchange actually owns the keys. They actually own the keys. It's in the fine print. When you buy your SHIB tokens, the actual keys to the tokens, they go into the exchange's wallet and are owned by them. They kind of hold it on your behalf, kind of like a bank. And there's a popular term in crypto about people who hold balance on centralized exchanges. Have a look at what one of the Shiba Inu OG admins says about it. He pretty much says, if you have SHIB on an exchange, yours will be fine. Is this real SHIB you're holding? Probably yes. And he just goes on to talk. But the quote I wanted to say was, he says, not your keys, not your tokens. Basically saying that as long as your coins are on an exchange, they technically belong to that exchange, because all your tokens are on that exchange's wallet. Okay, let me illustrate. This is you. Okay. Now, since so many of you have bought from these exchanges, their wallet, with your purchases, their wallet grows huge. And I'll show you that right just now. And the only way to actually own your own tokens is to have your own digital wallet. And this is where you can transfer your tokens to a digital wallet like MetaMask wallet or Coinbase wallet. So what's happening now is that the launch of ShibaSwap, because of the launch of ShibaSwap, so many hundreds and thousands of holders are transferring their tokens out of these exchanges and onto their digital wallets. And because that's the only way that you can use ShibaSwap, with a digital wallet. And this post that I found on Reddit sums it up pretty perfectly. This is what's happening. Who else sent it all to ShibaSwap? And then he basically illustrates that, or he took all his SHIB out of the central crypto exchange, all of his SHIB, and transferred it to ShibaSwap. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, so as this happens, the central exchange's balances are rapidly dwindling. They're getting smaller and smaller, and the outgoing transfers are happening at such a rate that the volume begins to fall faster than the market can adjust. Now, let's go to CoinMarketCap. Okay, this is Shiba Inu. Let's click on Etherscan. Now, what's going to show here, this is the contract for Shiba Inu. It basically shows a full list of all the transactions which take place on Shiba Inu. It's got a bunch of other details, but we'll save that for another video. Now let's click on holders. If we click on holders, when it loads, you're going to see that there's a list. Here are a list of all the wallet addresses ranked according to balances from highest to lowest. So this is the wallet addresses. So technically, if you look through all of these, you can technically find your own wallet address, but unlikely to, because it only shows the top 1,000 holders. Now, if you can see, look at these. Some of the top exchanges are actually centralized exchanges. Look at this: Crypto.com, Binance. There's a bunch of other exchanges which I don't know. All these ones with public addresses, they tend to be, pretty much centralized exchanges which hold balances of SHIB. They hold really large balances of SHIB. So basically, that's where your SHIB is. That's where your tokens are. They're actually in this wallet. You'll even find that if we click on this, and then another contract will appear for this. You can actually look at the transactions, and if you scroll to around the time and the date of ShibaSwap, when ShibaSwap was launched, you'll see several transfers out of those exchanging, and there's so many of them, and you'll see that caused a temporary drop in circulating supply, which eventually adjusted the price. Let's quickly go to our calculator. So basically, the transfers out were, they're so high in volume and pace that the price goes down faster than it can register them coming back. For example, there's transfers going out, and that out rate is happening faster than the market can register the transfers back in coming. So now you're probably wondering, so what about staking? You're probably saying, we're all staking our tokens. Why is the price not increasing? Well, that's a very valid question. Yes, staking does ultimately cause a price increase, but it's not instant. It's actually quite gradual, and you'll understand why in a minute. The simple answer is the time an asset is locked or staked, it matters. This circulating supply, you see the circulating supply, it's static in this calculator, but in reality, it can flow up and down due to things like burns and long-term staking. Remember, in ShibaSwap, you can unstake whenever you want. You can stake for 1 minute, you can stake for 1 hour, you can even stake for a whole century if you want. That's why we get incentives to remain staked, because it benefits the ecosystem in the long term. CoinMarketCap. Okay, we go to CoinMarketCap. See here it says circulating supply. Let's hover our mouse over here. This is what it reads. It says verified data, speaking of the circulating supply. The CoinMarketCap team has verified the project's circulating supply to be as follows, 394 trillion. So you see, in order to give the most accurate price, the CoinMarketCap, they have to do strong checks with the developers and their tokens code. Now let's dig a little deeper. There's another, if we hover our mouse over here, it says the amount of coins that are circulating in the market and are in public hands. It says here, it is analogous to the flowing of market shares in the market. Let's click on that read more. Now, they're going to dive deeper into circulating supply over here. So circulating supply is the best approximation of the number of assets that are circulating in the market and in the general public's hands. It says that we have found that circulating supply is a much better metric than total supply for determining market capitalization. It says here, the method of using the circulating supply is analogous to the method of using public float to determine the market capitalization. So it goes on to define what sort of criteria which they use to determine circulating supply, or more importantly, for you guys to know, what criteria that they use to adjust that circulating supply to affect the price. So, and one of those criteria, you guessed it, is staking. Okay, let's read this one here. Criteria number 3. It says, basically, when in considering the circulating supply, assets which have been staked in masternodes are evaluated on a case-by-case basis. Factors such as masternode distribution, ownership, lock-up periods, this means the duration that it has been staked, are also taken into consideration. So you see, the time your tokens remain staked is very important. And that shouldn't be a problem if you're a diamond handler and you're in Shiba Inu for the long term. After all, you'll be earning rewards whilst you wait. Or should I say, you're already earning rewards since you have already staked, haven't you? Okay, let's just quickly go back to CoinMarketCap. Let's wrap this up with some proof from the charts. So far, you guys are familiar with market charts like this, which show the price and the market cap of tokens. That's great. But did you know that there are also staking charts? If you go to DeFi Pulse, it shows some staking charts. Now, this is a chart which shows the total value locked. It's called a TVL chart. The total value locked, more specifically for Uniswap. So TVL here. So I'll quickly go to ShibaSwap. You see TVL, if you've been in ShibaSwap, you've probably seen this number here, TVL. That means total value locked. And it basically means the total value of all the assets which are staked on this platform. That's all these assets here. In this case, it's SHIB, Leash, and Bone. Let's head back to DeFi Pulse. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned that in DeFi, decentralized finance, the terms locked and staked they're used interchangeably. So basically, what this chart shows is the total amount of staked assets of Uniswap over time. And it's perfect for comparison because Uniswap and ShibaSwap, they're both swaps on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, let me give you some context. Let's quickly look up when Uniswap, which is this one, when it launched, and we're just after the date. So when did we're doing this for comparison purposes? When did when did Uniswap v2 launch? Uniswap is the next iteration of the on-chain exchange. Uniswap was launched. It launched its second iteration on the Ethereum mainnet on the 19th of May 2020. Okay, cool. We go back to our charts. Now, basically, let's look for that time. This is showing us how much was staked in Uniswap. But to be fair, we're going to try compare it with version 2 of Uniswap. We're going to go to May 19, if it's there. Okay, May 20. See, when it launched, they had 36 million staked, and this is May. So we're just going to scroll up here and keep scrolling. It became June, July. They hadn't even reached 50 million yet. June, July, and September, that's when it started pumping up. So early September, they had staked about 1.8 billion in staked token. And gradually, as the months went by, October, it started increasing. This is just staked I'm talking about. I'm not talking about price yet, but there's a purpose. And as the time went on, you see in January, it started climbing until it reached a 7 billion peak of just staked assets. Now, let's quickly try and let's go to Uniswap. I'm going to go to CoinMarketCap. Now we're going to look at the price. Remember, I started in May or September, let's say. Now, this is the price. Now, if you see that there was a slight spike, it spiked to $6. And then after that, it crashed. Very similar to what happened with ShibaSwap. Remember, when we launched, if you watched the video I made recently, for me, I saw it as high as $76. And in my video, it was as high as about $36. But then it shortly after that crashed. But you see we're in September, October. But did you notice that when we're at in this chart here, the staking was increasing. It was increasing. We're now in November. The staking continues to increase. However, in this chart, the price is stagnant. If not anything, the price is going down. See, the price is going down. See, that's what I was talking about, the time value. The price is going down. It's stabilizing at around 3. Now we're in December. We're in December, and if we want to quickly compare, you see, by December there was already like quite a high value staked. But then that's when, pretty much in January, that's when the price started increasing. So what does that mean? Basically, do you see that the staking effect, it's not instant? Unlike my on-brand calculators over here. My calculators, they're really useful and they allow us to predict the price of any crypto at any given market cap quite accurately. And they can also simulate the value of your own tokens, even at varying degrees of staking, for example. But it takes time for the market in reality to align to our simulations. So from our data, we can tell that it looks like it can take anywhere from 4 months to 7 months until we can see significant price gains, particularly the ones which we're all looking for. And if you're a diamond handler, this honestly shouldn't be a problem. So the reason which I have this channel and I make these kind of videos is to equip the hashtag SHIB army with information, because without information, you could either make costly decisions or miss out on massive opportunities. Shiba Inu has drawn many people who are new to crypto and DeFi, and typically they're the ones who get intimidated when the market behaves unexpectedly. So, and I believe personally that if we're going to succeed as an ecosystem together, guys, we're going to need everyone in the hashtag SHIB army to be equipped with information to take this puppy to the moon. And that's why I hope my videos are worthy of you guys sharing on your social media channels so we can get there together faster. Now, that sounds like a good place to end the video, doesn't it? But as you know, I just can't help it. I want to dig deeper and give you some unnecessary information which will make you smarter. Let's quickly go, if you don't mind, to page 12 of the Wolf paper. So here we are in the Wolf paper. Now, this section here, it explains that it explains Shiba Swap tokenomics for burying or staking. You see, when you stake SHIB, you get XSHIB. When you stake leash, you get XLeash. When you stake bone, you get T-bone. Now, this XSHIB, it's the staked version of your SHIB. In regards to circulating supply, it's kind of like a negative SHIB. So let's illustrate this on the calculator. Okay, this is the circulating supply of SHIB token. So let's just say, for example's sake, 40% of us stake. So that technically means that 40% of that SHIB has actually become XSHIB. So theoretically, since that XSHIB is not in circulation, you can kind of say that for every XSHIB which exists, it should mean that one less SHIB should exist in circulation, if that makes sense. Let me see if I can further illustrate that. In reality, at some point, a reconciliation has to be done between SHIB and XSHIB in the markets. So, and if the markets are satisfied that the tokens have been staked for whatever they deem is a long period in time after they do the reconciliation, then they will reduce this circulating supply by however much has been staked, if that makes sense. And if you want to verify this for yourself, did you know you can actually get the contract ID of XSHIB? Just go to the official Shiba Inu Discord channel, head over to lesser announcements, scroll down until you can see the official contract IDs. Here's the contract ID for XSHIB, XLeash, and T-bone. Let's have a look at, for example, this one here. That's XSHIB. So from here, let's head to CoinMarketCap. I'm just going to quickly head on the Ethereum contract. And you just paste that address here. This is the XSHIB address. But when it loads, now take a look at this. This is saying 403. This is just like how much has been staked. 403 looks like $1 million worth of SHIB has been staked because it's become XSHIB. And if you want to take a look at more details, you can click here. And it tells you this is how many actual XSHIB have been created. So this is telling me that 49 trillion SHIB have been staked so far. And you can even see the transactions pretty much live. So you see many transactions every minute are taking place, and all this, all these green that you're seeing here, that's SHIB being staked. That's SHIB being staked, and it's happening every single second. So many of them are happening. So if you want, you can actually have a look at that for yourself, just to show you exactly how much activity is taking place. So what do we take from this? 49 trillion have been staked so far. So we can jump here. So I can show you what the true price should be, but it's just that the market hasn't caught up yet. So that's 49. That's about 50 off this. So I don't know. Is that? I'm gonna try and reduce that to about 340. Let's try 5%. Nope. Let's say that's about 10%. No, maybe 15. So it's a little bit between that. So the price is actually a little bit. Right now, the price is saying on CoinMarketCap is saying 0.7 something, but it actually should be probably at least 2,000 Satoshi units higher. But it's not going to register that because at the moment, CoinMarketCap only registers a static circulating supply, and only after some time it's going to they'll be able to do a reconciliation, as I've shown before, and then that will ultimately cause the price to jump up. I showed you in Uniswap I could have showed you with other data, but I don't want to make my video too long. And I hope you found this useful. You can try the reconciliation for yourself if you jump onto Etherscan. It's quite interesting. At least, guys, that is what I think. Let me know what you guys think. I am not an expert. I'm just a regular token holder like all of you, and I happen to enjoy analyzing SHIB data and using my calculators to run simulations on the Shiba Inu ecosystem. If you found this video useful, and if you deem it worthy to share on the hashtag Shiba Army community, please share on your social channels. I'd appreciate that. And did you know that the YouTube algorithm is blind? It has absolutely no idea what's a good video from a bad video. The only signals that it understands are social signals like clicking like buttons, commenting, and watching a significant portion of my videos. And when you do all of those three, YouTube does its best to find other Shiba holders just like you to recommend it to them. And if you're listening to this, then you've probably done at least one of those three. And I would like to say thank you very much, my friends. Until next time, SHIB Army, peace out.